Hello and welcome to another video. So this video is going to be about the Necrons in Kill Team. So before we begin though, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, grab the butt of your Gauze Flare and hit the subscribe button and shoot the bell button. You see more videos along this line. Cool. So this video is a little bit in the long time coming. I thought I'd revisit some of the kill teams. If I've got any rules wrong, please tell me down below. Obviously educate any of your fellow watchers, that'd be cool. But we're gonna have a quick look, as I always say, quick look at the Necrons in Kill Team. So this is the start of their little section in the book. Some basic fluff for it. Gifts of the Cryptex, so let's have a little look. Blah 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 blah. As far as I'm aware, that's part of, I mean, the Gift to the Cryptek isn't really a massive, the title itself isn't descriptive, but the actual text underneath is pretty much standard in most codexes you get, with possibly the exception of 3rd edition. If you want to have a little pause and take a screenshot, if you want to read that at a later date, go for it. At this point, this is the fluff side of it. Ancient Origins, so let's have a quick look. The Pharaoh's Chosen. The hand-picked warriors are elite guards and the finest agents of their overlord. So obviously if you're going for like a damaged Necrons, possibly not the one for you. Ghoulish Nightmares. This kill team consists of ghastly flesh-draped Necrons who spread terror amongst the enemy ranks. Obviously that would apply to the flayed ones, but you could obviously convert some warriors, immortals, that kind of thing, which is kind of a cool little idea, especially if you're just starting a kill team, to get your little juices flowing. I don't know if that's the term, so I do apologise if it isn't. So we'll move on to the glorious task. The Cull. All non-sentient, non-Necron lifeforms must be exterminated without mercy or exception. So pretty much their MO. Pretty unimaginative, but it's okay. Chrono Acquiesters? I can't pronounce that. Anyone who wants to like spell that out in the comments, tell me. Below the planet's surface, a tomb complex stares. The kill team must disrupt the lesser races, and in doing so, buy time for the awakening to proceed. Cool, that's kind of cool. So basically you've got a, whatchamacallit, underneath the planet. Squad Quirk, Gifts of the Aeons. Skin Takers. Necrons are driven to flens their victims at close quarters. So it seems to me like in these three things, there's a very specific way that they want you to build as flayed one teams. Favoured warriors. This warriors of this kill team have been decorated to demonstrate their overlord's power, wealth, and their war gear. War gear is the highest of the highest standard. Good golly gosh. Right. So again, what I'll do is zoom out, relatively speaking, to about there. If you want to take a screenshot, pause it and screenshot it. If you want to read that at a later date. This should hopefully be funny. So this is Specialist Demeanors. Maniacal. What remains of this warrior's personality has been corrupted so far that they do little but emit a terrible, grating laughter. Cool. Nihilist. The Necron simply wishes to see a destructive end to all things. Glitching, that sounds cool. The warrior's movements are stilted and halting. They emit bursts of partial vocalization as they act. Kind of cool. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of cool. Again, let's have a little look. Immortal Flayed One Deathmark Name Generator Table. Saying you probably wouldn't do it for your warriors. Anchor the Unliving. Tamonarch the Gilded. Kotek the Exalted. Thanatar the Loyal. Amut the Cruel. Karok the Storm's Eye. I reckon, right, so okay, so euphemism time. The Storm's Eye is probably very much likely a euphemism. Let's have a look. the Flenser, that could be a what do you call it? A euphemism too. I mean, it'd be tricky, but you could do it. The Destroyer, that's an obvious, pretty much. The Pharaoh's Hand. The All-Seeing, no, that's probably not one. Stormbringer, yeah. So again, there's not as many euphemisms as there is on the Tyranid ones. Again, if you want to see this, take a screenshot if you will. Go. Right, Necron kill teams. These are the tactics. 2 command points. Prime reanimation protocols. Use this tactic when an injury roll is made for a model in your kill team. Roll an additional dice and apply the lowest result. So, if you've got a 50-50 chance, that can increase your odds exponentially, possibly. Disruption fields, 1 command point. Excuse me. Basically, in the fight phase, increase the strength characteristic by 1 until the end of the phase. That's kind of cool. I would have thought that most of your Necrons, maybe flared ones exception, would be fighting. I might be wrong. Targeting routines. 1 command point. Use this tactic when you choose a model in your kill team to shoot. Add 1 to hit rolls for models against targets which are obscured. So again, that's kind of cool, because let's be honest, right? If you've got any sense in kill team, you're going to be hiding behind some form of terrain unless you're darting forward at the enemy. So that is actually really good for 1 command point. Okay, so there's another one here that says 2 command points. You improve the arm penetration by 1, so that's good. That's a good little one there. What else have we got here? Oh, good gosh. Mind Shackle Scarabs. In the shooting phase, picking them with 6 inches, roll 2d6. If the result is higher than leadership characteristic, you can immediately make a shooting attack with one of the model's ranged weapons as if it were from one of your kill team. So that's kind of cool. So especially if your enemy's got a big nasty gun and they are, you can basically use that against them, which is pretty good. I think that's good for psychological warfare. If you tell them you've got that in the first place, they're less likely to put them near one of your characters, which is in of itself a good thing. Again, using psychological warfare. Let's have a little look at the stats. So a Necron warrior is looking like it's pretty much dead on what it is in the main game, as far as I'm aware. Random approach goes. Modified roll of 6 is not taken out of action and does not suffer a flesh wound. So that's cool. And instead, restored to 1 wound remaining with no flesh wounds. So that's good. Keeps them survivable. They're a pretty good ballistic skill. As far as I'm aware, the gun's 24 inches. So it's a solid choice, even though it is one of your lesser characterful models. Immortals, one of my favourite looking models in the whole game. 3-up save, leadership 10, crack-in. Pretty standard on everything else in regards to like a Space Marine, which is, let's be honest, we all compare everything to a Space Marine basically, don't we? Which possibly might be Intercessors shortly. So the model replaces its Gauze Blaster with a Tesla Carbine. Basically, that's your choice. You don't get any choice with a Necron Warrior, so that's a bit better. We've got the flayed ones, which everybody loves. So they've got 3 attacks, 4-up saves. So basically, these are like your Necron Warriors, with the exception of they've got more attacks, a stinky ballistic skill, but they don't need the ballistic skill unless there's some crazy tactic that's yet to come out. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. So obviously, if you're playing basic Necron, you want to be Warriors and flayed ones. However, I'm not suggesting that they're the best ones to do. So 3 attacks is nothing to be sniffed at, and especially if you give them combat specialist, so you get +1 attack, or the zealot, I think you get +1 attack and +1 strength. And if you use the +1 strength tactic, which we saw earlier, make it strength 6, so you'll be wounding guardsmen on 2, which is pretty sick in my opinion. Death marks. Synaptic disintegrator, pretty much as you'd expect. You can have the sniper, good gosh, specialist. So it's basically an immortal, stat-wise anyway, with a different gun, pretty much. I mean, obviously the model's different, the fluff's different. I'm not undermining that at all. I'm just saying that's pretty much what it is stat-wise. let's have a little look at the guns, and the weapons. So Flare Claws, re-rolled failed wound rolls for this weapon, so that is pretty good. Standard, normal weapons. So there's a lot better weapons out there in close combat, however, 3 attacks, usually you'll get at least 1 off to hit, and 1.5 statistically. Is that right? Or have they got 3 at ballistic weapon skill? Sorry, let me just reconsult the stats. The stats. Weapon skill 3, so it's actually, you've got more likely going to get at least 1, if not another one. And you're going to reroll any filled wounds. There we go. So, Gauze Blaster, -2 AP. It's good. That is good. 1 damage. That's good. Strength 5. That's where it's awesome. Within 12 inches, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So that's why warriors are cool. On the same note, Tesla Carbine, there's a lot of arguments about this. So you get the same 24-inch range, you're always going to fire twice. It's going to be the same strength anyway. There's no AP on that one, so you're not going to be good. If you're going against unarmoured foes, that is without a doubt probably the best way to go is the carbines. But you're getting it with every roll of a 6, it causes 3 hits. So does that mean you get an additional hit? Because it normally hits twice. Each hit roll causes 3 hits. So you get your 2 shots. If you get 2 6s, you would get 6 shots. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So you're more likely to do more thingy, but obviously 6s are cool, but you don't always get them. So let's just think that I'm not going to pick which one. Although I will tell you which one my favourite is. I'm not saying which one's the best. I would think the Gauze Blaster is best for me because you can reliably count on that -2 to do a lot of damage. Flare is -1, strength 4, basically a bolt gun with -1. Synaptic Disintegrator, 24-inch rapid fire. So, you've got a sniper weapon, so you can move about as freely as you flipping well wish. You have got a strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. Blah blah blah, does not suffer penalty for being at long range. That's good. So you can sit back and just sit there and just snipe away. You can any wound roll of 6 a mortal wound in addition to any of the damage. So that's good. A couple of good gosh death marks with the disintegrators. Could do a lot of mortal wounds. So here is the points. Immortal is 16 points. So you couldn't have a full army of 10. You could have 10 flayed ones if you wish, which I feel like they're pushing that a little bit with the whole fluff previous. It could be a pretty sick combat army, to be honest. Necron warriors, 12 points. Deathmarks, 15 points. So, and obviously all the weapons are new points apiece, and that's pretty good. So you know what you're getting. So overall, the Necron kill team is. What I'll do is I'll just do a bit of a zoom in if you want to do a screenshot. Boom. And again, same with these ones. Right, yeah, it's a relatively basic kill team, but they've got some good rules. The way I'd probably build it is, I'd probably build it shooting heavy, so I'd probably build Necron Immortals with the, good gosh, the blasters, strength 5, -2 AP, 1 damage, and probably some death marks, which you could get from building from 1 box, and if you've got any warriors kicking about, add some of them in for the points. So my math is horrendous. I'm not going to lie to you, but if you have an immortal, how many can you get? How many can you get? You could probably get somewhere in the region of 5 or 6. I think it was 6 point something. However, you can add other units in as well. So maybe 2 or 3 of them, some death marks, and you'd probably be set, if I'm honest, for a good little kill team. I think we'll leave it there. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, whether you think Necrons are very good. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people out there, what's the word, biased. I mean, rules-wise, let me know if you think they are competitive, or you think that they're stink effectively and they're just not very good. It would be interesting to hear from you. Obviously, correct me in any of the rules nonsense that I've just made down below. And as ever, thanks for watching.